Hi, we're Bob and Roxanne Anderson with the Marriage Dance, and Christmas is just around the corner. If you're like me, you may not have even bought your spouse a Christmas gift yet. But in my case, maybe in yours, it's because he is so hard to buy for. Part of the problem is I'm thinking in terms of tangible gifts. And really, gifts aren't always something that you can just unwrap and open on Christmas morning.
There are three types of gifts. The tangible gifts are the ones that Amazon or Walmart wants you to buy because that helps their bottom line. And you can actually open the present on Christmas. But there are actually three types of gifts. One is a tangible gift, one is a gift of service, and the other is a gift of relationship. What kind of tangible gifts that you've received and why?
Well, the ones you've given me, the first one that comes to my mind is a camera that you got me many years ago. And what was so special about it is you knew that I really wanted a nice camera. And you had heard my heart on that. You had really listened and you went out and got it. And not only the camera, but some classes that I could take so I would know how to operate it well. And a second one comes to mind. It was a beautiful hot pink sweater, not this, but it was a beautiful sweater, and it was an expensive one, not one I would have bought for myself. But when I told you about it, you said, "Come on, let's go down and we'll buy it together." And so it was meaningful to me because you were willing to spend more money on me than I was willing to spend.
For me, growing up, if I needed something, I'd go to the store and buy it. So the tangible gifts that I needed weren't really gifts. The kinds of gifts that were good for me for tangible gifts are maybe something that I need, but I don't necessarily know I need it. One time I had a back problem and it was being caused by this huge wallet I had in my pocket and I was being thrown off. So she got me a very, very narrow wallet, and that was something that I did need. I just didn't think of it, and it was very creative and helpful. Something else that's good for a tangible gift is something that touches my heart, like a coffee mug with my pictures of my grandchildren on it. What do you do for, what have you liked in terms of gifts of service?
Okay. That one's easy for me. Sometimes I get really frustrated with technology. So when you have taken the time to sit down and make my Outlook system work again, that's really meaningful to me. It doesn't necessarily happen on Christmas, but it is a non-tangible gift, a gift of service that is very meaningful.
These gifts of service may not appear to be Christmas gifts, but man, they sure are gifts. I like to receive something that somebody who shall do me a service that I don't want to do in the first place, like clean my office. She'll come in and help me clean up my office and get rid of it. Doesn't seem like a gift to her, but it sure does to me. I am a very bad writer. When she comes in and helps me write, it seems like a gift for me. Another type of gift is to go on errands. Doesn't seem like a Christmas gift, but if I can get my watch fixed, or if it saves me a lot of time, it sure is helpful to me. So I think we can use that time to have more fun instead of doing something I don't want to do.
So shall I make you a certificate for so many hours of errand running, and then you have something to open on Christmas?
Maybe.
Okay, all right.
How about relational gifts?
Well, when I think of relational gifts you've given me, again, I think of two different ones, and they're very different. But one was about 20 years ago, I was really working through some things, and you spent a lot of hours just sitting and listening to me, saying very little, holding me sometimes and just letting me cry. And that meant a lot. It drew me very close to you. And the other one is completely different. When we take anniversary trips, big trips, about every 5 years, and I think my favorite was the one to Alaska on a ship with only 98 passengers. But then we were going to come down, they wanted to put us on a bus to see Denali and some of the other sites the second week. And I was like, oh my goodness, I am just going to cry if I have to sit on a bus and have 20 minutes to see Denali. And again, you heard what I was saying, and you heard my heart on that. And it was a little bit difficult, but we booked all of our own stuff, including a car that was hard to find. And we took our time going down through Alaska, and I love that. I love that time of relationship, and it would not have happened on the bus.
I like those trips too for the almost the same reason, the relational reason. We take a big trip every 5 years, and I loved every single one of them. I can't pick one out as being better than the other because they were all excellent for me. Another way of using a relational gift is a surprise gift, like taking me to a UCLA basketball game when UCLA is doing well that year.
Maybe next year.
Yeah. Or possibly to get me to focus on something. I hate cleaning my room, as I've already told you. If she can just sit there while I'm cleaning my room, I do a lot better at cleaning my room. And that I consider a relational gift, even though we don't talk.
So here comes Christmas, and we're encouraging you, think a little bit broader, think outside the box. Ask your spouse, what are their needs? Have been their favorite gifts? What brings them joy? And focus in on that, and it doesn't necessarily have to be something that you open on Christmas morning and unwrap. So try out some new ideas, and we
that will
hope
make
that
your marriage dance.
dance.